Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denise Flood. I am the creator of a program I call Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life, that I've incorporated my business Tapping World Healing into. And what is tapping? Why do we do it? If you are here for the first time, I originally learned tapping when I was a reading specialist for young children, and it was incorporated in another program called Cross Brain Gym. We use these two things to help children to let go of holding on to any trauma, any stress, especially around learning and reading in front of people. And I worked primarily with young children and students for 20 years. But as families began to see the difference that tapping was making in their kids' lives, both in school and in social situations and in relationships, they began to ask me if I could work with the family. And that's how I began working with adults. And when I moved to Naples, Florida about 7 years ago, it was a wonderful way to enter a community, a wellness community. Along with essential oils, I use Young Living essential oils because they are all about frequency and they enhance my tapping practice so much, which is why I include them here when I speak to you. Because they work whether we are consciously working or not. Because when essential oils diffuse in the air, we breathe them in our olfactory system, they are immediately in our bloodstream, and essential oils have that ability to cross your blood-brain barrier and calm you, or in fact, could be alerting you, peppermint, something like that when you're driving. So today we're talking about wet blanket syndrome, and you might have tuned in just because what is wet blanket syndrome? It's what I call when you have those moments of just really feeling good about something. Something went right, or something gave you a hope, a joy, and either you yourself immediately squash it. We talked about that in other sessions about the other shoe dropping, or somebody that is in your life, whether it is a workmate, a family member, or even sometimes someone you don't even know, putting their 2 cents in saying, well, that will never work, or yeah, great, but we still can't, those type of phrases. And I picked 2 oils to work with as we tap with this, and I think you're really going to love it. Making sure you also have your glass of water and a pen and piece of paper, because if something comes to you, write it down so you don't lose it, because this is going to be a general tapping. Any words that I use that don't fit for you, please change them for yourself, whether it is a belief system, whether it is how you speak and what it means to you. Just personalize it. If I'm not tapping on an emotion you're not having, use the emotion you're having. If I'm tapping on a body part that doesn't bother you, use what is things you recognize in your life that need to shift and change, that we need to up-level so that we can get on with our work in an even greater flourishing, vital way. So the first oil I chose when we're talking about that, because, wet blanket syndrome, what do we want to do? We want to transform that. So the first oil is a blend called Transformation. And I'm going to tap on it, but I'm going to put a drop right here on my hand, 1, maybe 2. Okay, I'm going to rub it in the back of my hand, because when we tap around the face area, and you do not want to get oils in your eyes. If you do, public service announcement, if you do get oils in your eyes, use cooking oil to get it out. Do not use water, okay, because oil drives out oil. Oil and water don't mix, right? Get your sip of water, and again, I use my Tapping World Healing Cup, so that no matter where you are in the world, I am sending you light and love and upliftment as I give this to myself as well. Water helps us process. We are electrical and water bodies, so helps with all the connections and also the detox of anything we want to let go of. So I'm going to read as we tap along with what transformation oil does and how that frequency is going to assist us. And if you don't have this particular oil, use an oil that you do have. Please make sure it's pure therapeutic grade oil. If it is not, snap a picture, message it to me. I'll let you know if it is acceptable to put in and on your body, or if you want to switch. Okay, so take a deep breath in and out. Okay, another deep breath in and out, bringing yourself to center, feeling yourself align a little bit more, breathing in and out. And I'll start tapping just right here on my chest. This is on my sternum, that bone here, which is right over our thymus, gently stimulating, very gently. Our bodies are delicate and will respond to the gentlest touch instead of shutting down by being too forceful. Okay? So the most gentle touch, gently tapping on transformation from wet blanket syndrome, from your dreams being dashed, your hopes being laughed at, your fear around feeling good. Let's just say we breathe in and recognize that we have been this, done this, and received this at different points in our life. And I ask myself a little bit why, just because I'm curious about that, and see what comes for you. And I remember, I think my parents did it as a cautionary tale for how they got hurt by hoping too big or dreaming too big or tried something and failed. So it was like stay in your lane, kind of, So find out what that is for you. See if you get a picture, a memory of something you told yourself even, or something you might have heard from a workmate, family member, anyone. And see where it is in your body. I feel a little bit behind my shoulder blades, right along the spine, as if I almost need to crack that spot, like good adjustment right there. And I think that's also because as I thought about this, just like when somebody throws a wet blanket over you, I could feel my shoulders going forward. So I'm going to deliberately take a breath, breathe in that oxygen, that love that is provided for us in oxygen 24 hours a day. Oxygen is always there, and our body innately knows how to use it. So I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to let it travel all the way down to my belly. And breathe in a little bit more into that uncomfortable space while I'm gently tapping. And maybe just let it go. And realize that when this has happened to me, I may have pushed it aside, I may have boo-hooed it, or I may have accepted it. And at different points in my life, I'm sure your life too, it may be the same. That we accepted other people's limitations on us, or other people's beliefs and how much joy is allowable. So just tap there, gently tap there. And I'm going to tell you what is in this blend, transformation. I'm going to breathe it again. And if you don't have oils, you can think of these scents and bring in that energy, because you have that memory, and that is how powerful our intention and our mind is. So the first scent is lemon, and so just think of a fresh squeezed lemon or if you have ever scraped a lemon's skin, the lemon peel, that fresh, sharp aroma of lemon. And breathing it in and seeing that fresh, clear perspective. Lemon is that sunshine yellow. Sunny days. Somehow when I think of lemon, I think of Greece, the country Greece, with the lemon groves and that fresh, the buildings are painted white and the sea is bluer than blue. So I'm going to bring that energy into those spaces where I was feeling a little bit tight. And see how that feels for you, or just what memory lemon brings up for you. I also thought of lemon meringue pie and what a treat that is, and how big and high and fluffy it is. Just another fun thing to think about as we tap on wet blanket syndrome. And bring in that scent of peppermint. Peppermint is very energizing and empowering. It's a stimulant for our brain. It also calms our tummy for digestion. So peppermint is very powerful. Think of it as, and the brain and the gut connection, right? Very important. So let's tap on that. And anywhere we might feel stuck in those areas, in accepting how fabulous we are, how great our dreams, our hopes, our visions, our joys are, and how we are springing into them this spring with renewed hope. Hope is part of spring, right? No matter what ethnicity you are, no matter what religion you are, spring has festivals of light and of renewal. And let's bring that in to our beliefs about ourselves. And the next oil that is in transformation is clary sage. And clary sage is very good for balancing our hormones, and therefore very good for balancing our emotions. And when our emotions are balanced, we can come from the place of assurity, of grace for ourselves. We're balanced, we're graceful. When you're balanced, think of balance. It's very graceful. And so giving ourselves that grace, like let's internalize that balance and grace. Breathe that in and find out where you might feel you need to add a little extra of that in your body. Breathe into that space. And when you breathe out whatever it was that no longer serves you. So in, balance and grace, and out. Whatever it is that was holding you back from living your very best life, the next version of that for yourself. There's a lot of oils in here, so we're going to be tapping next on sandalwood. And sandalwood immediately brings a reverence and a deep-seated groundedness for me. What does it bring for you if you recall that scent of sandalwood, whether it's an incense or when I was young, I had a necklace that was wooden sandalwood and it was carved and it had little beads that moved, and I could actually smell it as I wore it throughout the day because the heat of my body released that scent. It was so very good. And sandalwood reaches the limbic section of our brain. Okay, very calming, helps us to de-stress, because when we quiet that limbic area of our brain, when we quiet our fight and flight release from our amygdala, that section of our brain where it's our primitive brain, which we want to react to survive, when we quiet that, we get a chance to witness what is going on for us. Witness where we are in the moment and how we truly can expand that and raise our frequency with sandalwood, with all of these oils, and this gentle tapping, and seeing in our mind's eye that calm, balance, energetic alertness. Because grace and balance are not inert. They're not like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep now. They are a movement, a dance of life, if you will. And so I almost can picture ourselves dancing with that wet blanket, and seeing that water scatter and spray out, and water what is around us we're going to throw our energy up into our hands as we're holding that blanket. This is a great visualization. Holding that blanket and letting your light and your love and your grace and your balance infuse that wet blanket so that that water is then transformed. And as it sprinkles out into the world, it is transforming your surroundings, whether that is internal in you. It will manifest in your home, in your life, in your community, and in the world as we're going through this. Okay, there is also Idaho blue spruce. And if you can just envision a pine tree scent, that will do. Idaho blue, all the pines are slightly different, but if you have a memory of a pine and you don't happen to have this oil, remember maybe grabbing a Christmas tree that was sappy and you then smell it, or you've cut the bottom off of that Christmas tree to make it even, and you hold that disc and you smell that. Breathe in. It's very stimulating, but also very relaxing, and bring in memories of that joyous time of smelling that pine or that spruce. Okay, and then sacred frankincense. There is frankincense and there is sacred frankincense. Sacred frankincense is considered the holy anointing oil in all the Middle East and has been used in religions for centuries, thousands and thousands of years. It stimulates also the limbic portion of our brain, bringing in that deep reverence, anointing us to have that communion with Source, with divinity, with the One, the I Am, with God, with Allah, whoever you describe, with nature, whoever you describe as your go-to higher energy power that you know also lives in you. Communing with that, bringing that in. Breathing deep. And then we have cardamom. Cardamom, a spice. Again, cardamom is uplifting, refreshing, and invigorating. It says it is very beneficial for clearing confusion. And so let's bring it back to that wet blanket syndrome, that person who is always squashing, going, whether it's you or whether it is someone that has done that to you. Let's bring that back. Cardamom. Clear that confusion. Clear that confusion that this is not who you are, and allow yourself to stand in who you are. I am that I am. And I call forth the I am presence within me that lives in me, that is that spark, that soul, that connection to infinity and beyond. Okay? Bring that in. And hold that space for yourself in your heart, in your solar plexus, in your will. In fact, let's just run through our chakras with that. clearing any confusion about who you are from your root chakra, from your sacral chakra, from your solar plexus, your will. Again, bringing in that bright yellow with that lemon, right? From your heart, that beautiful heart meditation of your inner divinity. From how you speak to yourself and for yourself in your throat chakra. Clear away any confusion about that. That it is okay and you are allowed to speak your hopes, your dreams, and your joy into fruition. That this is the time that you are watching your creations come to life. This is their springing forth. Speak them. Speak life into them and speak life into others. Speak life into yourself. And your third eye, honoring that connection, your intuition, that inner knowing, the nudges that you get on what to say that gives you healthy boundaries and maintains kindness and grace. That is real balance, flexibility, right? That maintains your healthy boundaries, but allows you to respond in kindness and grace, both to yourself and out in the world. And then right here, your crown chakra, that chakra that connects you to the all that is, to the universe, to galaxies upon galaxies, to that sea of divinity. And feel it pour down into you and go right down through your crown chakra. I'm going to tap into the crown chakra. Go ahead. Tap on that crown chakra. Tapping that divinity into balance, grace, and relief, and vitality in your intuition. In your throat chakra, being able to speak your truth in kindness and grace to yourself and to others. Tapping into your heart chakra. Allowing it to expand. See yourself sitting in your heart chakra, tapping into that and watching your heart, your mind, and your words all come together through the grace of that connected divinity. See it emanate in your solar plexus, in your will, in your purpose. See it go down into your sacral chakra, your creativity, the womb of who you are, that beautiful birthplace that you came into the world from, where you came from, the all-knowing, all-powerful divinity. Root that down into your root chakra and send it into this beautiful Mother Earth. See those roots of your life grounded in growth and love and nourishment, and bring that back up and let it live in your heart. There's 2 other oils in transformation. Palo Santo, which is the frankincense of South America, a very sacred wood that is used traditionally to purify and cleanse the spirit of any negative energies. And so as we do that light meditation, see any negative energies. Breathe in and see them dissipate through your pores out into the atmosphere. See them fall to the ground and nourish the Mother Earth, because that is the sense of renewal. And with that, the last oil is osate. And I'm not sure I even say that right, but it has high levels of alpha-humulene, which balances the body's response to stress and difficult situations. It also helps balance blood sugar. It helps keep healthy blood sugar levels, which again has so much to do with how we process life. So that brings me to tapping in to doing the best things for your body that you can do. This is why I diffuse Young Living, seed to seal quality. I'm putting the best in and on my body. The foods that we eat, you'll hear me talk about the vibrancy and the vitality of foods and how they have energy. I'll be doing a class in conjunction with the Food Healing Oracle deck and essential oils, and how we merge these modalities, how we merge them. I merge them with diffusing. I merge them with magnetic jewelry, wearable magnets, to help our bodies process and counteract the harmful EMFs that come at us from all the electronic devices that we use. We merge all these modalities. We did a little meditation with our tapping. So I invite you to share this, please, with whoever you think might benefit. I hope you found value in it. I do this every Tuesday at 2. You'll also find me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave me comments, or send me messages so that we can begin to work together, so that I can see what you do and how to elevate each other, because we are springing into wellness and we are creating joyful, exciting, energetic vibes going from this moment forward. I'm going to step out of this time together and take this energy and my heart and the work that I've done internal and reflect it back into my family. And as we go out, that ripple effect, that is the ripple effect that we are here for, creating heaven on earth. Please join me and let me join you. Namaste. Have a great week. Oh, also see, I'm going to be at the Holistic Wellness Summit this weekend from 10 to 5. There's a meditation panel. There's wonderful raffles from so many exhibitors. There's like 45 exhibitors. There's panels. My friend Stacy Mallow is going to be on doing a small talk in my booth, which is level 1, booth 10, on EMFs, magnetic jewelry, and why add oils. Okay? See you then, I hope. And if not, see you next Tuesday.